Hi everybody, this is Taylor Wilson and this is my presentation for the personal branding project for Millikin's MK365 class. For this project, I implemented and analyzed 4 digital media efforts to help me better understand my personal brand on social media. The 4 forms of social media I used were a post on LinkedIn, an Instagram campaign, a Twitter chat, and a Facebook post and chat. I had some set objectives with these posts. I really was striving to find a way to better connect with the people in my field. I'm an information systems major, so it's important to me to find other people in the IS field to connect with, and I need to do a better job at it. I wanted to use these efforts to find out exactly what people are looking for on social media and what catches their eye. I also wanted to really figure out how to better brand myself through the posts that I make. So in order to do this, I started with a LinkedIn post. This post was about performance learning at Millikin. I talked about a project I did in database application development in fall 2014. In this course, we worked with a nonprofit organization in Decatur called Baby Talk. We worked on building a database in Microsoft Access that helped Baby Talk keep track of their donors, employees, and board members. It also helps them keep track of different mailings to send out. I talked in the post about how this project helped me build my professional communication and problem-solving skills. The really cool part about posting something on LinkedIn is the stats that it gives you. First, you can look at the amount of views you've had on the post and when it has been viewed based on a chart like this. As you can see, the majority of my 78 views were on November 30th, which was almost 2 weeks after I originally posted this on November 18th. You can also see the demographics of the people looking at your posts, like these statistics here. LinkedIn gives you the categories of top industries, top job titles, top locations, and top traffic sources for the post, which isn't something you see on the other social media platforms. As you can see, the majority of my viewers are in the information technology industry, and this is great because that's exactly what I'm hoping for when I'm posting on LinkedIn. It's also cool to see that my viewers are from several different states all over the country. It's great to reach outside of Central Illinois. It also shows who has shared and liked your post. This information is usually available on the other forms of social media as well, but in combination with the other statistics, this is really handy. As you can see, I received 8 likes and 1 share on the LinkedIn from my post, but I also know that my post was shared twice on Facebook and twice on Twitter. My mom was 2 of those 4 shares, but I think it still counts. Another cool part is that I know Chris Ballard, the guy who shared my post, but we aren't actually connected on LinkedIn. So clearly people who I'm not even connected to saw my post. Also, some of the people who liked my post on LinkedIn are not people I'm connected to or know. This means that I have a good reach on LinkedIn. Next, I did the Instagram campaign. And for this campaign, I chose to post 4 pictures with captions that represented exactly the types of posts I would want to see when connecting with other people professionally on social media. For my first post, I posted a picture of me plugging in a server. I talked about how performance learning has helped me from graduating and starting a full-time job in May. And this post got 22 likes, all from people who already follow me. The next picture I posted was of an award that I won at a conference I went to in October. I won the Outstanding Graduate Student Leader Award, it's actually undergraduate, for the Mid-America region at NACA. I went as the president of the University Center Board, which allowed me to be nominated by a peer and a faculty member here at Millikin. And this just kind of shows what I've achieved while I've spent my time here at Millikin. And this post got 16 likes. My next post was a picture of the executive board of Millikin's Collegiate DECA working the concession stands for the football games. I posted this because it's another representation of the variety of organizations to get involved in at Millikin, and it also shows, as I said, that I get to work with my 4 best friends. And this post got 16 likes. Lastly, I posted a picture of me carving pumpkins with one of the people from Big Blue Buddies here at Millikin. This is an organization where we hang out with people who have disabilities and do some fun things with them. It is another example of how to get involved at Millikin, but I also posted it because it is something very important to me. Even though it doesn't have anything to do with IS or business at all, it is a cause I stand behind no matter what. Overall, I don't think the Instagram campaign was as effective as the others. I only got likes from people who already followed me, and they were all the same friends and family who like everything that I post on Instagram. My third effort was a Twitter chat, and I'm an avid Twitter user, but I have never used it for professional reasons, so it was interesting to kind of change things up a little bit in that aspect. I wanted to talk about people's experiences with college because I think that can help me achieve my dream job by knowing what other students have experienced and have been a part of that could set them apart from the rest of the crowd when they graduate and are trying to find their dream job. I'm able to look at their responses to find what I have done that is unique, and I can use that to my strengths to achieve my dream job. So with this in mind, I first sent out a tweet alerting people that I would be holding a Twitter chat and to keep an eye out. I used the hashtag TaylorTalksCollege because it hasn't been used before, so it wouldn't get lost in the Twitter sphere. Also, it tells exactly what the topic of the chat is. So first, I wanted to get people involved with a simple question that appeals to people in college. I want to know where they go and why they chose it. I had people from all over the country responding to my tweets, which adds a cool perspective. Granted, I knew these people, but we all live in opposite parts of the country, with one person from Decatur, one from Chicago, one from San Diego, California, and another from Tulsa, Oklahoma. 2 of my participants go to Millikin, but it was still interesting to see why they chose to attend here. I even responded back to some people's tweets, like asking them for further clarification or a follow-up question. All of my follow-up questions got responses, so that helped measure the effectiveness of the chat. I asked if my participants were involved in any organizations on campus. Most of them were, and the ones that were happened to be involved in many organizations all at once. I wanted to know what stood out to people about their college experience, what their best memory was so far. The cool part about it to me was that both responses for this question were about conferences and leadership opportunities. I know personally everyone that was involved in this, but specifically the 2 people that responded to this, I know them, and I was really proud that that was their answer. Next, I asked what advice the participants would give to incoming freshmen next year. I think this is something important to ask, as it shows what valuable lessons these students have already learned. Staying organized, having good time management, and not procrastinating were the major responses here, and I agree that those are 3 really valuable pieces of advice. Lastly, I wanted to know what exactly it is that my participants thought gave them the edge over other graduates who will be competing for the same jobs as them. One Millikin student talked about performance learning at Millikin, specifically having her own radio show at WJMU. The others talked about having people skills, specific knowledge, and hands-on experiences to help them. I found the best measurement for effectiveness for this chat was how many people participated, how many times they responded, and the quality of their responses. Granted, Twitter only allows 140 characters, but I would still say the chat was pretty effective. My last effort focused on Facebook. I wanted to ask a general question to my friends on Facebook regarding exactly what I'm trying to do, which is engage with more people professionally through social media, find out what kind of posts they're looking for, and discover how to better brand myself. First of all, Facebook is checked an average of 14 times a day, according to recent studies. This means that there was a good percentage of people who would come across my post once, if not several times. This is good engagement for a question that requires responses. Second of all, I'm able to get a variety of perspectives on the best way to reach people professionally and in specific fields because of the variety of friends I have on Facebook. The people that responded were of many different age ranges as well as many different job fields, but their responses were quite similar. So that means to me that no matter the field, LinkedIn is a great way to connect with people. I tried to reply to every comment with either a follow-up question or a thank you for answering my question. I also made sure to like every comment as another way of saying thanks. The effectiveness of this chat is measured based on the amount of comments and replies. It's also measured by the quality of the comments. Some people had a one-word answer saying just the name of the social media platform, even though my original post asked 2 questions. This prompted me to ask them additional questions. The overall consensus based on this post was that LinkedIn was the best way of connecting with people, and the posts that catch people's attention the most are pictures, like infographics. Some said that too much text can actually turn them away from the post altogether. In my opinion, out of the entire project, my best effort was the Facebook post. And I say this because it involved a lot of engagement with diverse amount of people replying. It also was most beneficial in the fact that it had to do with exactly what I was trying to do with this entire project, which is better my brand and find what people are looking for. I think that after this, I will begin making more posts with questions that could benefit me. A lot of people see Facebook as a way to catch up, share pictures and videos, and remember someone's birthday. But I think that with the amount of people on Facebook and the diversity of those people, it's a great forum to get opinions, especially those I could use to my benefit. As for the future of my personal branding, I think I might make a change. Besides LinkedIn, I have never used my social media as a way to promote myself in a professional way. I use Twitter the most, but I only post things that I think are funny. I never try to connect with people in my field. I also don't do that on Instagram or Facebook. But I think that it could actually end up being really beneficial for me if I did do that. I enjoyed posting the things that I did for this project, and I think that I'll end up posting more pictures and questions like this in the future. Thanks for watching.